After seeing so many of my fellow World of Warcraft players flock into Final Fantasy like customers to a shop on Black Friday, I decided it was time to step into the world of Eorzea and take a look for myself. Having never played any of the Final Fantasy games before, and having only dabbled in a handful of games that are in a similar market in the past, I was left with only one impression, that these types of games offer only one very appealing thing to the average degenerate gamer, a different type of jiggly handful, but that appeared to not be the case with Final Fantasy XIV. After creating my first character and getting to around level 6, and enjoying the rather random and in-depth character creation screen, I quickly realised that I'd made a big mistake in choosing a guy character, so he was swiftly deleted and I went back to spend another 3 hours creating a new character. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was tempted by the cat people at first, but to be honest, in the end I just wasn't feeling it. Perfect opportunity for a cat joke there. So instead, as a guy who is pretty partial to a bit of dragon in my MMOs, in a non-weird kind of way, just to be clear, I decided to make one of these dragon people, which I've forgotten the name of, which did leave me wondering if somewhere down the line, did somebody have sex with a dragon to create these guys? Who knows? And that was something I was hoping to eventually find out. Now, once in the game, when the character creation's all done and finished, you're greeted with a very fancy and intriguing cutscene which makes absolutely no sense because I had no idea who anybody was and what was going on, other than it looked pretty impressive and like some real serious shit was going down. Maybe that's the dragon that this character's descended from. Who knows, that'd be pretty cool. But probably not. Now, being aware that the story was one of the main selling points of Final Fantasy XIV, I did make the effort to engage in all the cutscenes and read all the text from the main storyline quests, and after about an hour of questing, still had not much bloody clue what was going on, or who anybody was, and why everything was so intense. If this is how it looks when one of these guys does the most basic attack, I wonder how it looks when they do something really fancy, like going for a dump. That must be something really special. After a couple of hours of gameplay, it was safe to say that I wasn't fully gripped. I wasn't really hooked in by the experience so far, but I was definitely intrigued and willing to give the game a real good go. My experience so far had left me with quite a few questions, many questions actually to be precise. Many of my questions revolved around the gameplay and the systems, but some of the questions revolved around things such as why the hell is that guy riding a Batmobile and what am I actually doing with my life? The hardest enemy that I'd actually faced up until now was the world map, but I was gradually getting to grips with navigating around this kind of weird, messed up world, but mastery of navigating this world would only come with time and experience. Therefore, it was time to sound the drums of battle and prepare for some more levelling. I don't know about you, but I am pumped! Swiftly, I reached level 15 as a gladiator, and I decided it was time to take up the path of the archer. A cheeky Google revealed to me that I had some travelling to do. Time to face the world map boss once again. It looked like a bloody long way to go, but I was new and I wanted to explore, so that is exactly what I did. Now, this species of chicken bird thing, called a chocobo, or Chocoboris Johnson if you're in the UK, I had seen them before, and I knew that you could hire one from this town, and presumably run around on it at your own free will, like a sort of welfare mount. So it was time for me and Mr. Cluck to venture out into the open world. We set off, the wind in our hair, for the lands of New Gardania. I had no idea how long this would take, but I knew only one thing, that I would make it no matter how long it took, no matter what sacrifices needed to be made. It would be a long, hard journey. That epic journey took the grand total of 6 minutes. So, admittedly, the journey was not as epic as I had originally anticipated, but nonetheless I was happy to have arrived at Passage New. I swiftly made my way to the Archers Guild, RP walking in, with some glorious music that I may have added myself, and then realised that I did in fact walk straight past the initial quest giver. Then, after signing my terribly uncreative name across all of these papers, I was granted my first bow.
Hello, adventurer. Wanna shoot some arrows for epic holes?
I traveled 6 minutes for this, yes please.
Okay then, take this shitty bow.
It it's time to take this baby on the road.
Let's do this. You ga waga teki wo kurau!